don't even know if I can find words to explain how it feels to be here. But one of my favorite parts of being here is the silence. There's no noise. Moab is such a weird, unbelievable place to be at. The landscape's like nothing I've ever seen before. When I got sober, there was nothing like this. All the team members get to meet each other from different chapters. You get to hang out with them, talk with them, see what they do to stay sober, see what their recovery's like. A lot of times we don't even talk about recovery. We won't even talk about how hard it is to be sober. We'll just be with each other. And that ends up being more powerful than words, I think. That time spent together, knowing that there's other people around the country now that support each other in their recovery. And it's free. That's the craziest thing in the world, right? It's free. So 48 hours sober, you can be down in the campsite.
My name is Priscilla. I was born in Illinois, raised in Texas. I'm an insurance adjuster. I know that says nothing about me, but gotta get the essentials. So last year when I was not sober and I heard about the Phoenix, they were getting ready for the trip and I wanted to go, but I just wasn't, I didn't want to be sober. I didn't think that I needed to recover from anything. This time I was like, no, there's no way I'm gonna miss out. I mean, all the chapters are here and people from all over the country are here. So I'm gonna do some rock climbing, some hiking. And I'm excited to meet other people and just to have that community.
You would have been done already.
I wasn't happy 5 years ago. I was very, very sad and very upset and angry and oh my God, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, life right now, it's, like I said, there's nothing like being sober. And now it's like, I just wanna feel and I just wanna live. I just wanna be.
It's overwhelmingly beautiful. Like everywhere we look, there's something pretty. You know, it's the rocks, the river, and of course the experience of being with other sober people in a place like this and knowing that things like this can unfold in our lives if we do the right thing. A lot of people that are actively using or drinking are afraid. There's fears of something that's grinding away at them. And once you get sober, you start to find a freedom that you never knew before. And it's gratitude at this point. It really, your heart is just full, it's ready to burst. You know, it could be dead. You know, or I could have crashed a car into somebody and killed somebody else and be in jail. You know, that's what it leads to. That's what that road leads to. And that's what the whole program is about. You know, whether you follow NA or faith-based or smart recovery, it's knowing that that door is open for you and you have somewhere to go to try and help you stay on track. To be here with 100 and something other sober people in the desert and know that you're not alone, it's amazing. You know, it helps take that fear away. And if I can't do something, or if I'm afraid of doing something, I can find somebody here that's going to stand behind me and help me get through that. And that's a big part of sobriety. A big part of it for me, anyway, is to not be afraid to be who I am. And that's an amazing thing, whether you're sober or not.
I realized that if I didn't make a change, I was gonna die. I always share my experiences, you know,
tighten this up.
because I didn't think that I was ready for this either. And I always try to share from my heart to let them know that, you know, I went through that. I know what it feels like.
And straighten your leg. So your knees straight. And then rotate it around until it's in the flat position. So put both your...
And that if you can trust just a little bit. You know, it's funny how big of an effect such a little, like, if you wedge that door open just a little bit on the trust side, how much of a huge return you can get, you know. Seeing people recover with Phoenix, right? So they're doing whatever they need to do to stay sober. So whatever that looks like for them, whatever path they choose to be in recovery is completely up to them. And that's amazing.
Nice. You were cruising.
That spark that comes back in their eyes and the joy that you can see in their heart when they're smiling and just hanging around with their community. That's the gold stuff right there. You can watch people like come alive again, literally.
I just climbed one of those rocks over there. When I climb, I find this trust inside of me, and I have to trust myself more than I trust the belayer. Trust has been something that I've really been working on, and yeah, I really saw it today. You know, when you ask for something and it just really shows up, yeah, it's happened. Yeah. Of course, a lot of the people in this community, they've lost people to addictions and to alcoholism, and I've never lost anybody, but I do know many people that are lost in their addiction. Like my brother, you know, I've lost my brother. He's alive, but I've lost him. He's lost. He's on the streets. He's addicted to anything that he can possibly do to get him out of reality, you know, and he's in and out of jail. And so yeah, I've lost my brother, and yeah, and I forget about my brother. And I think that's like the hardest thing, is forgetting about somebody that you love and forgetting about them because they've lost their way. So yeah, I thought about him a lot.
If you could tell him anything, what would it be?
That I love him. I love you, Junior. And I just wish you knew what it felt like to be alive, to love yourself, and to live. Like I really wish you knew what it was like.
We're sharing stories about our childhood pain in order to support each other, to help each other recover, and to help others recover. We're all like beautiful people that are talented and passionate and loving and are creative. And we're good, we're not bad. We just have some stuff in our head that we're trying to patch up.
We kind of hike up this sandstone ramp to the top where the arch is. When we're all there, we'll go in and take one photo and come back out. Then we're gonna hike back down a little bit, and we're gonna huddle up and just talk for a few minutes as a large group.
This is a whole nother tool in my toolbox in order to help me stay sober. And what an awesome tool. You know, this isn't, you know, an extra book to read. This isn't another group to go to or another therapy session. This is an experience that's completely surrounding and way bigger than you could ever expect. Way bigger.
But this is a gratitude hike for sure, being in the arch, and every year seeing that group in the arch. Like, we might need a bigger arch soon. But it's also a time that we remember folks that we've lost to this disease. That first year that we had 11 people, We've lost 3 of them since then. And one of them was my sponsor, and 2 of them were really good friends. And you know, there's just no reason that we need to be losing the people we love to this. Like, I have no doubt that if all of us put our shoulder into something, we could move it, right? So if we're there for other people when they need us, they don't have to go back to that old life. And I know a bunch of you guys picked up a little pebble on the way up here, and I always like to do that just to hold in my heart, you know, those people that we lost. And as I said down there, like, sadly, a lot of us could probably hold a handful of rocks and bring them on this hike. And if anybody else brought a pebble up here and they want to put it here, it's a special place to leave their memories. And every year when we come visit here, we can think of those folks. So you can come on up and put your pebble here if you want. As long as you hug it out. Love you, man. Thanks for being here.
My name is Lee, and I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict.
What's up, Lee?
Oh, I am grateful that the worst things in my life led me to the best days of my life. And I'm grateful I'm here with everybody that is sitting around this fire right now. And I was grateful for the chance to maybe give some kind of piece of myself back to all of you, because I owe the world a lot, and I'm going to continue to pay it back, and I am grateful for that opportunity. And I just want to say thanks to Big Man Scott. I love you guys.
Love you, Lee.
These last few weeks, I was fading fast in my recovery. I was headed to a very bad place that I haven't been headed toward in a long time, and I almost didn't come out to this trip. I've been to a few of these. And I came out anyway, and the same thing happened that always happens every time I come to these Moab trips is I get to experience something that transforms me yet again in a way that I never could have imagined.
We're all sick as hell, you know, but we're all doing it, and that's a beautiful thing. And I am in one of the most beautiful places with the most beautiful people, and I can't be more grateful for the opportunity to come out here and to do all these like radical things with all these amazing people. And you know, every day addiction it's a struggle and it's hard. And everything we do, like physically, is a struggle and it's hard. But like you guys climbing up those big rocks and big boulders, like you did it. And like today we're sober and we did it. And I'm just grateful. So thank you all.
Thanks so much. And I think my biggest fear before coming into the Phoenix community was actually getting truly close to people in recovery. I was thinking about all the people that I've lost to this disease as I carried that pebble, and it's so many people. In the past couple of years, it feels like I get close to people and they, they die. And this weekend has shown me that since I became a part of the Phoenix community, that's not the case. I'm not afraid of caring about and trusting and getting close to people in recovery anymore. I genuinely trust all of you. I genuinely care about all of you. You guys see potential in me that I didn't even know that I had.
I got sober a long time ago, and this is not about me. I've talked to Jackie, and if she remembers, I saw her talk, and I was like, I knew what I was looking for, I just have never seen it, and I saw it. And the words that she said about the lady she was talking about is things just kept getting in the way. And I saw my son. He's trying, he wanted it. And I didn't know what to give him. And he's in a treatment center, they're working the traditional model that I'm familiar with, and he got out and I said, son, why don't we get on a plane? Phoenix isn't here, but I can bring you to Phoenix. And here we fucking are. 5 years later, and I couldn't be prouder, man. So there's a model of recovery, I think, that changed a little bit. We respect the old traditional models, but I think there's a new model that can offer a little bit more in today's world. Thanks.
Recovery is great. Finding out that you can experience those traumatic events, finding out that you can be on the other side of it and look back. And and you can kind of be grateful for all of that, because I am. There's not a point in my life that I'm not grateful for. None of it. I'm so grateful for every single bit of what's happened to me, because I can experience this. I can say I am in recovery, and I can say that my past no longer has governed over me. I love myself. I trust myself. I can experience gratitude. I can be a good person. I can be an inspiration. I can be an example.
So many people in recovery don't talk about it because they're ashamed. The moment that I realized that I loved myself, I became grateful for all the things I had instead of wishing I had different stuff. I'm grateful that I can be a good dad and a good friend and a good son. And just a good human being. The recovery's been the hardest thing that I've had to do in my whole life. It's not a simple ingredients list for everybody. It's trial and error and giving yourself a break and wanting to live. You gotta want to live.